Game changers, how y'all doing? We are on day 2 of our 21 days of prayer and fasting. I hope you're excited. I hope you're a part of it. And if you haven't joined, come on and join in with us. We are game changers this year. So today, our word for today is provision. Our scripture, Psalm 34, verse 10, Psalm chapter 34, verse 10, Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 11, and Matthew chapter 6, verse 26. So, what are we going to say today about provision? Provision means nothing without a provider. God is our provider. As our provider, God must be our only source. I want to tell you, family, your job is not your source. Your bank account is not your source. Your employer is not your source. Your sugar dad is not your source. Your side piece or your sneaky link are not your sources. God is your only source. Everything else is a resource. A resource is something that God uses to help or to bless us. So the question is today, what are your present needs? What do you need from God? Do you find yourself in a place of abundance or scarcity? Whether you are experiencing fullness or emptiness, God is your provider. Today, look to Him as your source and open your eyes to the ways in which He is and will provide for you. Before we end this video in Matthew chapter 6, beginning in verse 9, we call this the model prayer because this is how Jesus taught the disciples to pray. He said, when you pray, pray this way. In verse 11, he says, ask the Lord to give us this day our daily bread. He's saying, ask the Lord to provide for us this day. Give us what we need for this day. Some of us are so worried about tomorrow when God is not even done with us today. Tell him what you need for this day. Lord, I need strength today. Lord, I need peace today. Lord, I need joy today. Lord, I need hope today. So that's us praying for provision. But also notice before we ask for provision, we first must have a relationship with the provider, God. In verse 9, he says, pray our Father. Once we establish the relationship with the Father, then we can ask for provision. So before you ask for him to provide for you, ask for more of him. Whatever you do, don't trust in the provision more than you trust in the provider. It is our prayer today that you receive all that God has for you. God bless you. We love you.